Okay, so now it's time to explain something on timings. First of all, somebody has been in here before and has used blue markings, helping me out already because I don't have to do them anymore. They have been done. You see that the lines here are pointing towards each other. This is an indication that we now are on top dead center ignition point for cylinder 1. You see that he also set 2 other markings, right there and right there, and also set a marking on the cover here to align those. On my turn, I have added a black marking here on the belt and another black marking here on the belt. Why is this so important? If these markings are pointing outwards, the whole engine, upper head of the engine, would be 180 degrees, or one complete turn for these camshafts, or 180 degrees crankshaft, out of position. And that would lead simply to total destruction of the engine. You just have to start it up and it's wrecked. Everybody must understand that if you're doing a job like this, there is no room for error. None whatsoever. Let me take you down to the crankshaft. See, as my stool is still on it. There you have the crankshaft pulley. Hold on for a second. I have trouble with my camera arm. At my finger there's a notch here on the pulley, and it's currently pointing downwards to this opening here, and those have to align as well. So with these 2 points aligned together with what I showed you above, you are in top dead center for cylinder 1 ignition point. And that is where you want to be. And this is very important. I also added a black marking here on the old belt. So in whatever happens, I will be able to count the teeth from this mark all up to the top side here, to this mark, and be sure that I have the right length of belt at this side. Remember, this is the side where tension happens. This is the fixed side. So my number of teeth coming from downwards, going upwards, has to be the same on the old belt and on the new belt. I hope this makes sense to you. I'm now going to take the belt loose, which is fairly easy. It's just plying it loose, because well, there is a tensioner here, and I should be able to just ply the belt away, which I'm not going to do. First I'm going to take these 2 bolts loose, and that will be an impact wrench job. So the old belt is off. And this is how it looks now. Next, I'll have to take off this plastic cover, which is one 10mm, another 10mm, and I believe a third, yes, there, down below. And as far as I know, that's all. And then I should be able to take the whole piece of plastic out, which will give me enough access and clearance to the water pump. There is something wrong here with this tensioner anyway, so I'm more than happy with what I'm doing, that I'm really doing this. Something is wrong, and judging by the amount of play and noise that this bearing is making inside this pulley, yes, it was about time to swap the lot. So let me continue and I'll be back with you. And there's the last part before the actual water pump can come out. This cover turned out to be covered up by this pulley and by the tensioner, but also by what is probably the crankshaft position sensor. It's now here. So I had to take some parts loose before I could actually begin taking this one out. It's only 4 bolts, 12mm, a tenner, a 10 and another 10. So I was quite happy that I found already on YouTube some information on how to do this job, including pictures, or where I should look to, what I should look to. It turns out that the first guy who ever went in here has made a mistake on the tensioning procedure. This is how I got the old tensioner out. Actually, it turns out that it wasn't tensioning anymore at all. Oh, there may be 2 reasons for that. One may be that they used a wrong tensioning procedure, tensioning the belt with the water pump. I will come back to that later. Or that the belt had been completely worn out. Anyway, it's going to be replaced also. To be continued. My next job now is to take the water pump out, which is basically nothing more than 3 Allen keyed bolts, and then I should be able to pull the water pump towards me. Sounds easy enough. And it was, as I said it would be. Easy enough. 3 little bolts. Plop. Out came the pump. There we have it on the street. Basically this water pump is still okay. I may use it as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to use it. First of all because I do have a new pump, of course. But as I have now progressed almost 2.5 hours to get to this point, if the water pump might fail on a later date, it's 2.5 hours to get into it to replace it. So I'm fairly stupid if I would not replace it by now already. The so-called preventive maintenance. So that is what I'm going to do. This is a shiny new water pump. Of course I have to take care that these 2 holes are on the upper side, but it's just a pump, pop it in. The seal is done by this rubber, but I only pop it in. I won't tighten it up yet. The reason for that will be later. But I will install the pump now, but I won't tighten it. And of course I will clean first of all the hole and dry everything up. It's quite stupid. You drain the whole system, yeah, you pull out the water pump, because that's what you drain the system for, to be able to do it. And first watch an enormous amount of watery coolant stuff falls out. Sorry to say, but that's stupid. Well, I'm sorry for the environment, but I'm not able to improve this design by myself. See ya.